Hey, my name's Jason. I'm 54 years old, and I have prostate cancer that's metastasized to my spine. On this channel, we talk about it. I've been thinking a lot about some of the comments and questions I get. I get some emails. I get some direct messages from people who are just stumbling into this. And, originally, a lot of these videos were I want to create videos that help people out. But I'm, 31 episodes in, over 300 videos total, including the shorts. And I can't say, go sit for 2 weeks and watch all the videos. So I want to do a short, to the point. If you have prostate cancer, here's what I wish somebody had told me at the start. So this is a good starting point for somebody that's just rolling into this channel. First, I'm sorry you're here. I wish you weren't. I wish I wasn't. I wish none of us were. 1 in 7 men will get prostate cancer, and that's a tough statistic to deal with. But since you are here, here's some things that no one told me. First off, the emotional impact is massive. You're not going to make some good decisions. You're going to be in shock. You need somebody to stand with you and listen to the things the doctor says and write them down, because you're going to need to go back to that information later, and you're not going to remember those meetings the same way the other person that doesn't have prostate cancer hears them. You're going to feel like the whole world dropped out from under you, even if you knew something was wrong, which you won't always. Hearing the word cancer is, once that line has crossed, you can't uncross it. And it's going to be a roller coaster. You're going to be on an absolute roller coaster of a ride. Some days you're going to feel strong. Other days you're going to wonder if you're just pretending to be okay. I have more of the second days than I have of the first days. Most of the time I'm pretending to be okay. I feel like I'm pretending to be okay a lot, and that's okay. You're going to be strong. You're going to have down days. There were a couple episodes I did where I really let through how I was feeling, and yeah, but you can make things better. Yeah, and so I said that you need to have somebody with you, right? This is going to impact not just you. This is going to impact your relationships. This is going to impact your family. And you have a couple of things you can do with that. You can lean into it. You can hide it. I see in the prostate cancer Facebook group, a lot of people post anonymously saying, I don't want anybody to know. That's a way to do it. But really, you need some support. You're going to need to, you're going to need some support. And your friends and family, they're not going to immediately know what to do either. People are either going to lean in or they're going to drift away. Some of them will lean into it, and some of them are just going to be like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say, and they just kind of disappear. They start ghosting you, and your life's going to change. So, yeah. And then your partner. If you have one, your partner's going through their own version of this. It's going to be important because to be kind to each other, to listen to each other, because each one of you are struggling with this in different ways. And, yeah. That was a big struggle for me, because I changed, and fortunately my wife recognized why I was changing and put up with it, but she changed as well, and I wasn't as receptive to that, and I didn't recognize it as quickly, and that causes some discord. So you have to be kind to each other and listen to each other. So your relationships are going to change. Your body's going to change. Your body will change. I did a a fun little video talking about some of the weird things that I didn't expect, like my earwax changed, my, the hair, the thinness of your skin changes and stuff. Treatment isn't just pills or surgery. It's your energy level. Okay, that's going to change. Your hormone levels are going to change. Your sense of yourself will change. What it means to be a man is somebody just took an axe and freaking cut down your trunk. Pardon the poor metaphor there. Hormone therapy can mess with your mood, your muscles, your sex life, and you have to give yourself permission to grieve that loss and adapt. There are lots of treatments out there for the sex life part. Some men like myself choose to just be done with it, and that works for me in my relationship. That doesn't work for everybody, but that's no longer a driving part of my life. Yeah. Gosh, this is hard to talk about. Yeah. You have to decide what is important to you and where you're going to go, where you're going to go with it, but recognize that there's going to be some loss. And with that comes real grief. You will experience grief. You're going to go through all 5 stages of loss when you're dealing with this. And that's going to affect your mental health. Your mental health is real. It's a real impact on your mental health. You're going to feel isolated. Even if you have people around you, you're going to feel alone sometimes. That's because you're different now than you used to be. You're not yet familiar with the new you, and people are going to treat you different once they find out you have cancer. And people are going to sense that you're acting differently, even if they don't know you have cancer, and they're going to treat you different. So the point of this piece is get help. That means therapy, a support group, or just even one person you can be honest with. For me, this is my support group. This is my therapy, doing these videos. I feel like I'm talking to people because I know people that are going through this, that have been where I'm at, are watching and listening, and this is a method of support. The comments are important to me. That's my support group right now. So you got to figure out even if you decide to hide the fact that you have prostate cancer, which I don't recommend, who's the one person you can be honest with? Because you need to talk to somebody about you need to talk about it. Your mental health will degrade horribly if you don't. Yeah. So let's talk about the doctors. Doctors aren't all-knowing beings. They're not gods. They don't know what's in your head exactly, and they're focused on diagnosing and treating. So you have to advocate for yourself. And I heard these words early on, but what they meant didn't really hit home until much, much, much later. And I'd already made some decisions and So I want you to understand what advocate for yourself means. You have to ask questions, and you need to ask questions with somebody else there and write them down. Write down your questions, write down your answers, because you're not going to hear them in the same, you're going to hear them differently in the moment than when you go back and read them later, and you're going to get some more. You're going to see insights that like, oh, I misunderstood this. You're going to have to push for clarity. The doctors are there to diagnose and treat. Bring someone to your appointments, take notes, and get a second opinion, because every doctor's different. They're not infallible. And don't feel guilty about it. This bothered me because I developed a quick rapport a very positive rapport with my first radiation oncologist, Dr. Loenda. And I didn't want to go get a second opinion because I felt like I felt guilty. I felt guilty about it. Fortunately, I did. And it didn't end up changing my decision, but it was important that I go get a second opinion. And he's the one that advocated for me to do that. So he's a good doctor. Not all doctors are going to do that. You have to ask. You have to go ask. So, yeah. I guess the point of this is to let you know that you're not alone. You're going to go through some really strong emotional shifts. You're going to have a lot of down days. Your relationships are going to change. Your relationship with your partner is going to change. Your body's going to change. Your mental health will change. And you need a support group. You need somebody or some people that you can talk to that are going through this. There's a fly fishing retreat that you can go do that was fantastic. And it doesn't focus on just prostate cancer. It's all men with cancer. Realrecovery.org, REEL recovery.org. Fantastic. I did it last year. It was amazing. Yeah. And then you have to advocate for yourself. Doctors are not infallible. They're not gods. You have to push for clarity. You have to ask questions. You need somebody with you. You need to write it down, and you need to review those notes later before you make any decisions. Don't make any decisions in the moment. All right? I want to keep this just short and give you some, for the new people showing up that are walking through the door saying, hey, I have prostate cancer. How can you help? This is the video I want to do that gives you the things that I wish I knew at the very start. So if you have prostate cancer, you're just finding out, here's the truth. You are still you. You're just different. You're still worthy of love, joy, meaning. You're still worthy of all the things in your life that made you you. You're just going to experience things differently, and you don't have to walk this road alone. You don't. And don't try to. Leave a comment. Let me know what no one told you when you were diagnosed. And if this helped, please like and subscribe. And remember, we're in this together. And as Adam says, anything is possible. All right. I hope this helped. Love you all.